So what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Crazy what has happened since our last live stream. We now have an official approved spot Bitcoin ETF. Was it everything you had hoped for? Was it everything you had dreamed of? Did it live up to your expectations? Or were you a little let down? Are you surprised that maybe the ETF that we've known about for 6 months, that everyone knew was going to be approved and got long into the actual event, might have marked a potential top for Bitcoin? We had a very interesting couple of days personally. So I told everyone, hey, I'm rotating into Ethereum, right? So the logic behind it was pretty simple. I believe that the ETF actually getting approved was not going to be some big 20% candle to the upside. So I didn't think that some announcement that's basically been telegraphed for a long ass time, 6 months plus, we've known about this ETF coming. The idea that we were just going to launch 20% higher on the actual approval to me was just crazy. So I know there were some people who were like longing right into the event, being like, all right, here we go. This is what we're waiting for. They're going to approve it. And they're like expecting some sort of 20% fucking candle to the upside. I just think that that's crazy to think that you can have something that we already knew was going to happen. We already knew it was going to get approved and you're just going to get a free 20% pump. There's no free lunches in this space. And to me, I'd been talking about this for a while, right, guys? I'm like, I think Bitcoin's due for a correction. I think just based on the chart alone, it's due for a correction on the high time frame. So due for the correction. It's just a matter of time. And as you can see now, the weekly chart looks kind of jacked. So I saw this happening. And what did we do? We rotated into Ethereum. The reason we rotated into Ethereum is we saw this bottom forming, right? Big run of the lows, rotated into Ethereum. We had a 25% candle in ETH BTC. We had Ethereum go on a big rally, and now Ethereum looks a whole lot better than Bitcoin. Right? This chart still looks much more bullish than the Bitcoin chart, in my opinion. I think this has more room to run. We're sticking with my thesis. So I tweeted out on January 4th, I think Bitcoin tops between 48 and 50K on ETF approval. I think ETH BTC bottoms, and we think Ethereum is going to go to, I said 3,400. So I'm sticking with this thesis. I rotated out of Bitcoin and I went heavy into Ethereum and Ethereum betas. Now, I still think that this can play out. I think this chart can come down to here. And what I would love to do is I'd love to see Ethereum BTC retest this area here. And I would love to long Ethereum USD at that time. So I ideally want to see, I want to see Bitcoin go sideways. I want to see Bitcoin maybe pump up and then dump. Maybe it just rolls from here. I don't know. But I want it to stay contained within this range. If Bitcoin dumps down to 30K, I think Ethereum gets smoked. I also think that if Bitcoin pumps really hard and makes a new high, I think Ethereum underperforms it. What I want to see is Bitcoin actually roll over, but not go too low. And then I want to see it kind of go sideways. And then I want to see Ethereum continue up. And I want to see Ethereum trade to 3,400 ideally. So I think on the weekly chart, the target for Ethereum is super clear. And I posted this today. Like if you're looking at just the weekly here, until we lose this low, here's your weekly low. We just made a weekly market structure break to the upside. So there's your weekly swing low. We now have a new high. This is the draw on Ethereum. Right there. Where's this idea wrong? Below that low. Even without finding a lower time frame entry, right here, it's a 2R. Just from here. And I'm obviously not suggesting you just enter now and put your stop at that low, but the risk reward to me is skewed to the upside. Because if we can get even a minor retracement and some sort of tighter entry that allows us to have a closer stop, all of a sudden you're getting into the territory of a much nicer risk reward trade. Like perhaps we get in down here. Now all of a sudden we're talking about, a 5, a 6, a 7R trade up to that 3,400 level. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for this week. I'm looking for Ethereum to hopefully run these lows here. They look nice and clean right here. Like this looks ready to get taken out. So I'm looking for a move below these lows, and then I'm looking to long that. Confluent with that move below these lows, ideally, I would like to see Ethereum BTC hit that support level. That might not happen on a shallow pullback. So perhaps we're going to get a deeper pullback. And if that's the case, I'm looking at this 12-hour order block. So the shallow pullback plan is just a run below these lows in some kind of sweep. The deeper pullback plan is a deeper retracement down into the lower part of this range before continuation to the upside. But the bottom line is I'm looking for a move towards towards at least 2,700 on Ethereum. I want to get long. I think it's going to have another leg. And all we need is Bitcoin not to sell off too hard for this to happen. So Bitcoin, really, I'm looking for lower. I wanted to short here. So I have short limits right here. I have asks right here with a stop above the high with a target of the range low. But we might not get that. Like this could reject from here. You can see it's kind of put in a rejection candle here. This is a H12 fair value gap right here. This could just be where it tops. But ideally, I would like to short the breaker. I would like to short up here if given the opportunity. Pretty straightforward, right? I'm looking to short Bitcoin. I'm looking to long Ethereum, but I'd like to long it a little lower. I think Ethereum BTC. So how far is this? It's about a 5% drop on Ethereum BTC to get to that support area. It might not get there. I don't know. But that would be the ideal situation, is longing Ethereum USD when Ethereum BTC hits this level. Again, I think as well as the logic around why I wasn't bullish into the ETF announcement, I mean, we had people saying, unfollow people who said it was sell the news. They're clowning people for saying it was going to be sell the news. Of course, we're going to have billions of dollars of buy pressure. Just because they have billions of dollars of money ready to flow into the ETF, it does not mean that they are just buying spot Bitcoin, right? $1 of inflows does not equal $1 of buying of Bitcoin. So I think that was a massive misunderstanding for a lot of people. Like a lot of people were being like, oh, they've got $5 billion ready to enter. And it's like, man, maybe they want to allocate $5 billion into the ETF and then start buying with it, but they can flow it into cash and then start buying with it. They don't have to just instantly buy Bitcoin. So I think a lot of people thought they were going to approve it, and then come Thursday, we were going to just see a big green candle. And I'm like, that just makes no sense. Also, every Bitcoin ETF we've had, the futures ETFs and stuff, they've always marked the top of the market. And then beyond that, something I didn't even think of was the GBTC redemptions that's basically happening. They're taking this ARB. There's people who've been locked into Barry's fucking torture house for years, finally able to get some liquidity now that the ETF is live. And that actually ended up being a lot of sell pressure. The outflows of GBTC actually outweighed the inflows into the ETF. And there's billions of dollars in GBTC that could remain as sell pressure for a long time. So just because they had this money ready to go, it doesn't mean that BlackRock is just going to come in here and pump your bags. Maybe they will, but they can also wait for price to go lower and buy in there. Furthermore, you don't want to rely on BlackRock, like the most evil company in the world, to fucking save your bags, dude. That's the last thing you want, in my opinion. Anyways, so I'm hoping that Ethereum and alts, specifically Ethereum beta plays. So we're looking at OP, we're looking at Unibot, we're looking at ARB. These are potential Ethereum betas. There's more LDO. So there's a ton of them. So I'm hoping they have one more leg. The concern would be is if the GBTC selling is so strong, we just dump further. And we dump all the way down to like 32K. If that happens, Ethereum's going with it. I think the best case scenario, I think there's three really possible scenarios. One is the scenario I described. Bitcoin is topped for a bit. It's going to go sideways and down. Ethereum is going to go up. Two, Bitcoin is topped. It's going to go just straight down. Ethereum's going to go down. And three, Bitcoin is just taking a breather and it's actually going to rally again and outperform Ethereum and altcoins. So I know like Credible Crypto is pushing that theory pretty hard. He thinks Bitcoin's about to leg up again and start outperforming altcoins. And I see other people who think we're starting an alt season. So the space in general is pretty split on what's going to happen next. But I think my plan is pretty clear and my reasoning is based fully on technical analysis. I don't care what the ETF is doing. I don't care what BlackRock is doing. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm just looking at the charts. The charts are telling me I would rather be long Ethereum than Bitcoin right now. So I'm looking along Ethereum and I'm hoping it plays out like 2021. So I've said this a bunch of times. If you go look here, Bitcoin topped in April, went sideways for a few weeks, sold off. There's your high. Broke market structure, there's your retest, sold off. While this distribution was happening, Ethereum went 2x. So at the same time frame, here is the top on Bitcoin, and then here is May. So Bitcoin was topped, it was going sideways, Ethereum went crazy. That's what I'm hoping for. We're looking to get long Ethereum. That's my goal for early this week. Looking to get long Ethereum. I'm looking for a setup. So I want to see the market trade below these lows. I also don't think that it's a good idea to long Bitcoin right here. Personally, I think think these lows look a little more enticing. Like, I'd be much more interested in a long on Bitcoin if we ran those lows, because that gives you a clear setup. DXY, to me, on DXY, I see that we just swept this low. We are coming into, are we tagging this level yet? So we've tagged this weekly order block here. Is this a H12 sweep? I mean, basically, I'd be watching this level right here. So you have a sweep kind of, but I'd be watching this level. If we lose this level here, perhaps we break down. But to be honest with you, I mean, this right here should be support. This is the breaker that made that weekly swing low. I don't think it looks horrible. I mean, I would watch this level. If we lose this level here, I think there's a good chance that we trade lower back towards the range low here. But for now, it's in kind of the middle of nowhere for me. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. What can I say, guys? We've got a neck, really strong, and we've got a hat. Neck is the strongest. Is looking a little thick. I'm quite literally him. Timothy Chalamet. Him Bert. Jimi Hendrix. Oh fuck, what the fuck? Angle of the dangle. What are you saying, bro? Robots! Main's gone full grifter. Okay. Does that make sense? Any of these people who are talking shit, generally broke, probably ugly, probably live at home, probably a virgin. So yeah, suck my dick, lick my balls, buy my products. Fuck you. I was very hurt by that, to be honest with you. I thought we had a good thing going on. Does that make me an asshole? I didn't trade this. Why? I have shrimp where my brain should be. I don't know, bro. I fucking drew the thing on it. What do you want from me? USD JPY. What's wrong with you? Crypto going crazy. This guy wants to look at the yen. Listen, they're gonna come out with like a COVID X soon. It's gonna be a new variant of some sort of infectious disease. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be way deadlier. You already know it's gonna happen. Whoa, scary. Robots. Super spooky. Maine, be careful what you are speaking, man. Why? Is Larry Fink in the chat? Is Carl Schwab in the chat? Klaus Schwab, or is it Carl Schwab? You think I'm smart enough to know what that fucking is? Yeah, I'm just going like this. You know? Just twisting the little fucking knob. I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Imagine Larry Fink is Satoshi, Nancy Pelosi. If you're watching, Nancy, tell me what you're fucking buying and selling. Get in here, Pelosi. When are we scaling back into coin, Nancy lady? Nancy girl? Let me know, Nancy. Buddy, if you think there's gonna be jobs at McDonald's and Wendy's in the future, you're out of your mind. It's all gonna be robots. It's gonna be robots, buddy. Robots, dude.